We've 90% of the bill agreed to and written. We just have some of the last decisions to be made. It is less than we had was projected to begin with, but it's still bigger than anything we have ever done in terms of addressing the needs of America's working families. And it is about all that you said in terms of...
I've been 100% right this entire process. And here it is yet again, my predictions coming true. They're going to gut the bill. The progressives are going to sit by and do nothing and allow it to happen. Pelosi, Biden, Manchin, Sinema, basically the corporate Democrats, will coordinate the gutting of this bill. And the way they're going to pull it off successfully is with that language that she just used. No matter how big of a compromise they make, no matter how gutted the bill is, they will just keep saying over and over again, it's the biggest change they've ever done, blah, blah, blah. It's transformative, blah, blah, blah. So rather than, and this is what the Democrats do, they run on progressive rhetoric, but govern based on crumbs. So they'll give you crumbs and tell you that it's gold and diamonds. And for this to work, the final piece is the Young Turks, David Pakman, Brian Tyler Cohen, they're all going to be cheerleading and saying, it's better than nothing, because that's what they are. They are Dem media. They exist to prop up the Democratic Party, to apologize for their failures, distract from their ineptitude, and get paid doing it. Negative ads for the Democratic Party attacking their opponents. The same thing conservative media does in reverse.
The care piece, but it's also about the climate piece, which is a health issue, a jobs issue, a security issue, and a values issue for us. And we will have something that will help meet the president's goals. I feel very confident about that, even though it will be different than what we originally proposed.
By the time he leaves for Europe, do you think you'll have a deal by Thursday or Friday?
No, I think we're pretty much there now.
You think you have a deal now?
We're almost there. It's just the language of it, but it will not offend, shall we say, the concern that Senator Manchin had about the CEPP. But nonetheless, the point is to reach a goal, and the president's goals of reaching the emissions, the pollution, and all the rest.
I said a long time ago, $1.8 trillion bill. Was I right? I guess we're going to find out this week. Last number I heard was 1.75. I guess I'm somehow savant. Either that or the Democrats are that obvious.
Because we were prepared with our select committee headed by Kathy Castor, we had other options.
Other ways to pay for it.
No, other ways to reach the goal. And yes, pay for it as well.
So I want to get to that in a second, but just as a side issue, because there are a lot of people who are very eager for the bipartisan infrastructure bill to come up and be voted on as well. And progressives have said they're not going to vote for that until there's at least a deal on the larger social safety net bill. You've said the House must pass the bipartisan infrastructure plan by October 31st, which is a week from today. Moderates are frustrated. Two deadlines have been missed because of the progressives. Are you going to meet that goal?
No,
because of the progressives. The deadlines have been missed, not because of Manchin and Sinema, because of the progressives. It's interesting that the progressives are getting heat for fighting, but they're not actually fighting. If the progressives were actually fighting, then what he would say would have some weight to it. Meaning, if they were saying, no, we're not gutting this bill. It's $6 trillion, and that's it. They wouldn't be sitting there dropping a number and dropping a number and dropping a number. Dropping a number, they're basically giving Joe Manchin everything he wants. How are they holding it up? By giving him everything he wants, without him even having to give a counteroffer. Holding it up would be sitting on $6 trillion. $6 trillion, we're not budget. We're not gonna budget on this budget. If anyone is holding things up, it's Manchin and Sinema. But of course, they're doing the work of Pelosi and Biden. But no one else wants to talk about that, though, right? Let's all cheerlead the squad and act as if they're doing what they're not doing. Meanwhile, here he is acting like right-wing media, criticizing the progressives for doing what they're not doing.
Wait a minute. There was no deadline that was missed because of the progressives.
Okay.
Oh, Pelosi! Ouch! Ouch! Muy caliente. Didn't see that one coming.
Deadline was missed because they changed from 3.5 to 1/2 that, and we've had to go in, and it's lamb eat lamb. Everything is good in the bill. What do you cut?
Okay.
So in terms of this date, this date is fraught with meaning.
The deadline was missed because they dropped it from 3.5 trillion to 1.4. But why did they do that? What kind of a blameless statement is that? Oh, the deadline was missed because it was dropped from 3.5 trillion. Who decision was that? What was the reason that they did that? Let's not talk about that, right?
Because on October 31st is the day that the Highway Trust Fund authorization expires.
Right.
And if that expires, we have to get billions of dollars someplace to continue that. The best way to do that is to pass the BIF, having nothing to do with all the other, shall we say, deliberations that are going on. Our chair of the committee, Peter DeFazio, is a master of this, of the Transportation Infrastructure Committee.
I said it before, I'll say it again. They're going to gut this bill on behalf of the corporate Democrats like Nancy Pelosi. And then any opposition to it, they're going to say, we got no time. We're deadline. We got that is something and nothing. And then partisan left-wing media is going to celebrate and say what a great job they did. Let's help elect more subservients to join Mama Bear Pelosi. Pander to the progressives to get their votes, to keep the corrupt Democrats in power. Meanwhile, doing what Pelosi wants you to do. Trying very, very hard not to offend her. Because if you keep your head down, you too can be a millionaire. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Build back the bill. Hashtag build back the bill to 6 trillion. Rebuild the bill or I'm not voting for you. I will see the Democrats burn. Burn, baby, burn, burn, baby, burn. Bye, bye, Democrats. I'm out.